What was Josh like? I know, but I'm giving you the target. I'm giving you the vision of what Josh was like first. I don't care. What was Josh like, Van? We got a preacher in here. But no, what was Josh's role? How was Josh treated, Van? You're not going to. You're like my internet. You're spinning in circles right now. Very hard on Josh. Nobody. I would be willing to say this. I don't think anybody had it as rough as Josh did. He's not on here right now. Let me get this shared. And we're going to talk about the shadow effect. Are you familiar with the shadow effect?
I am not.
Well, we're going to talk about it.
It tells you whether there's 6 more weeks of spring. That's about the deal, is it?
Is that what we call it? The Groundhog Day.
Right.
Every morning we begin our show with 60 seconds of gratitude. You know what I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for my wife. Carl, do you know that was my wife?
I did.
I'm thankful I get to come in every single day, work with her. Van, are we spinning in there? Because it looks to me like it's really struggling, like irritating. All right, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my Wi-Fi is off. I don't know what the problem is. But I'm very thankful I get to come in here with my wife. And we just got the purchase and sale agreement on lot 22. So be on the lookout for that. But every single day, I get to talk to her. Then she gets to come home. She tells me what I do wrong.
So life's not changed at all since you started.
Well, no, it used to just be what I'm doing wrong in the relationship. Now it's what I'm doing wrong at work.
Oh, yes.
Who do you think will win that?
She will.
Do you think, Van, who do you think is going to win that? I think Brittany will win one. I don't know if she'll win the other one, but she'll probably win. She can boss me around on everything else except how I treat this little baby in here. And it's her show topic today. Now, today we're talking about the shadow effect. Maybe, Carl, the truth. Maybe you can participate. Maybe you can participate. I know Van has read the book. And I tell people around here quite a bit, like whenever you're talking about other people, you're really talking about yourself. Does that make sense? What you see in other people, there's something that you can spot within you, and you're saying it about them. So Brittany was reading these quotes, and this quote, it came up. Do you remember what the quote was, Brittany Renee? And
I'm actually reading a book, and
Yep.
It's 101 essays that will change your mind.
Essays, excuse me, I'm unclear. I'm misleading. It was an essay. It was not a quote. What was the essay?
It was simply about the shadow effect, and it goes into greater detail about what exactly that means. And
So tell us
there's
what.
two different versions. There's
Okay.
one where you see a trait in others, a trait that they possess that you do not see in yourself, that you wish you had or you possessed. That causes resentment, or it could cause resentment towards that other person. And then there is the other type of shadow effect where you see a trait in someone else that you know you possess that you are not proud of. So that can create and cause shame.
Do you agree with that, Edward? Me and Van, we would try to tell Stevie these things. We would try to, whenever I'm talking about somebody else, it's probably something where it goes into this. So when someone possesses a trait that you don't see in yourself, that you admire, may cause resentment. What does the word resentment mean to you? What does that mean?
It means non-acceptance of someone else's abilities.
What does it mean to you, Carl, the truth?
If I resent somebody, I have an irritation about it.
Ooh, see, I think more of the irritation. I think it's a little bit more harsh than not accepting. Words are so powerful, aren't they?
Yeah.
What does it mean to you over there, Ed?
I'm more so on Shannon's side with it.
Oh, Van, you can tie it up, or
I'm gonna go with being irritated.
I think it's a little more harsh.
Yeah.
But maybe you're right. So whenever you're not accepting of something, that could be resentment, couldn't it? Talking to you about resenting right now. Maybe you don't hate that person, but maybe you are resentful there. I don't know. When someone possesses a trait that you do see in yourself that you're not proud of, may cause shame. What does shame mean?
Just not proud of yourself. You feel like
Yeah, but if
you're
I'm
not.
shaming you, what would those words sound like?
Usually judgment.
Ooh,
Judgment.
judgment.
Judgment. You talk about somebody. Gossip about
Give me some examples of how would I talk about Edward?
Well, I mean, if you laziness, disorganization,
Oh.
irresponsible.
What are the things I complain to you about? Let's just ask. What are the things I complain to you about?
Organization for sure.
Oh, who's unorganized around here?
I'm not very
See, I can spot the things really good. I can spot those things really good within you. Or maybe.
What does that mean, right? So if you can see that. Is that
Well,
just
I think Van talks about this a lot. I'm really mad at me for me being unorganized. Is that how, Van? You are come in here. Can you come in here as you're the producer of the TV show in there? Yeah. So Van has read the book. He's done more than the essay, more than my wife. So Van, whenever I get mad, whenever I get irritated, what do you think that really means?
I think it means that
When I get let's be clear. When I get mad at that, look at the way he looks. Look at that. But you know what? I usually don't complain too often about his dress. But look at it. Do you like that, Shannon?
You know,
I know. I know. But if he couldn't hear what you're saying, how'd you feel about that? Carl, the truth, how do you feel about that dress?
he's himself.
yeah,
He's himself.
I would say that says I'm not in front of the public.
I'm not in front of the public.
Sloppy.
Do I complain about your dress the most?
No.
I don't, because I'm sloppy. What do I complain about with you the most?
The organization.
The organization.
Showing up on time.
Showing up on time. Okay,
Completing tasks.
completing task. But, okay, well, now let's debate that. Because maybe the reason why I get on him about completing tasks, because now I complete tasks. But there was a time in my life where I couldn't complete a task. Well, as a matter of fact, when the task got hard, that was an indication now it's not going to work. It's time to move on. But
the previous you.
is that what it is? What do you think, Carl, the truth?
That's a good question. I mean, at some point, it still goes into, like, this is business. And so there's still some things that are structured that we know that works in business, period.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to overcome our shortcomings because we know that that's what we need to do.
Smart guy right there. Because I look at it like that. I look at it like, no, okay, now look, this is business. We got to do this way or I know it's not going to work. What else do you hear me
Just
politely?
activist.
My polite chatter with him.
Yeah, I think just in general, energy, pace.
Okay, whenever I see his energy, because it's slow, and I hate that. I hate the low energy. But is that something I don't like about me? How does that...
I think that's what goes back to what Carl said.
Yeah.
I think it's something that you
Let's
realize it gives us an advantage in business to work at a faster pace, to be more urgent, to be more efficient. And when you see that, you're like, well, that's not going to work.
Well, I would also say that there's the idea that whenever you have a cynic, it's a disappointed idealist, right?
You're going to have to dumb this down. Cynic, idealist.
When you see Edward,
Yes.
you have a deep, abiding love for him as a human being and as a person. So if you know that there's something that worked for you that made your life completely different.
Now
you
you're
wanna
on to
see
something.
Ed,
Yes.
And you want to say,
Yeah,
Ed,
yeah.
complete those tasks.
That's
and make
right.
your bed this morning, not for me, but because I know it changed my life. and
That's
I love
right.
you.
That's
And I'm
right.
disappointed in front
So-
of you because I see how close you are to seeing a different side of life like I did. So I see it as being upset about the fact that you can't figure out how to love him the way that you want to love him and him receive it that way. That's what I see.
But you shouldn't love something that...
It's a lot of L
Should you
words.
love something that won't love you back? Ed, So yeah, when I'm looking at Ed, I do see a lot of talent. I see a lot of potential, but I see a lot of. I'm trying to think of the correct way. Just, I guess the dumb way to say it would be just. I mean, these little things that can make such a huge difference. They escape you. You're unaware of them, and it's usually those things that hold everybody back. I mean, if you could forever, you had a hard time getting here at 8:15. Now you're showing up this morning. You showed up about 8:11, I think it was. See, it's these little things. I believe once you get good at these things, you build enough stability to where you can go to the next level. But more than likely, you're probably going to repeat the things that you do. If you're no good at them, the next job you're not going to be very good at it. Very, very seldomly does somebody not master something and go to another level. I think it's the way you do things. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And I think I don't pick on him for the way he looks because I don't look much better than him most days. If I could, I would come in my hoodie. If I could, I don't like flip-flops, but if I could, I don't care I don't care as much about being dressed properly. And I think that's probably something that holds me back, if I had to guess. But, nope, I can't see any comments. My screen's messed up. I don't know. What are the comments?
People need to accept constructive criticism. A firm believer in 3 heads is better than 1.
Who said that?
Amanda
Benner. Hey, girl.
I'm a very outspoken. Van, what does this thing say about me? I'm very confrontational here about, very direct, but I'm trying to think about,
So because somebody clearly displays these traits, if you call them out, this means you're also doing those things?
well, I think it's hard for you to spot something unless you don't, there's things I can't spot within myself. Therefore, I would probably be completely unaware. Mm-hmm. I think everything begins inside of you. Drew, whenever you get here. Yeah, I think there's a reason. There is a reason why we do this. There's a reason why we feel like this, and there's a reason why we say these things. There is a reason.
Well, on the flip side of that, going to the other shadow effect, when somebody possesses something that you want that you don't have, such as success, like they're at a higher level than you, I feel like more times than not, us as a society, we go to talking crap
Bad,
about 'em
yes.
and
Let's
bad
find
about
something
'em, but
bad
it's
about
really something we want, right? So, oh my God, look at them flaunting this and flaunting that and getting on their jet and they're all on these vacations, but it's a level you want to get at.
Do you agree with that?
I do think that can.
Well, let's ask the smartest Dr. Carl. We're going to call you Dr. Carl from now on.
So it goes back to resentment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you see that, hey, they were able to do something that I was not able to do
Mm-hmm.
in my present state. And that's when you have to start saying, am I willing to change what I've been doing? Because obviously what I've been doing has not given me that.
Have you heard that this morning?
No.
Well, you heard it from me.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, what is your background from? What are you educated in? What was your
So I spent most of my adult life in 2 fields. One is a full-time pastoral ministry, and the other one was 401k administration and personal financial advising.
What's your degree in?
Business with a concentration in accounting.
So how did you learn all this stuff?
Self-improvement.
A lot of it is observation.
Mm-hmm.
And then just really looking at and gleaning from others. There was a great guy, this is a side topic and maybe we can do a deep dive another day.
You could come on here and do it one day.
Right. But the gentleman, his name was Walt. Walt was an 85-year-old guy that come into the 401k provider, and he had the suit on that looked like it was giant on him because he had already been kind of losing the weight and such. And he would always be with us, and he said the same thing every time. He said, you can't control a lot of things in life, but you can control your attitude. And that was something when he said that, and he would always say it, so it stuck with me okay, that is something that I can control. And so I gleaned from somebody who was older, who was really trying to pour in and just cram it down our throats.
See, the attitude thing is the one thing that holds me back, because I let too many of the outside forces dictate how I'm gonna respond, and that's one thing that I hate. Van Grafton, shut us down. I hate that.